I need to talk about the Ron DeSantis campaign new hot ad attracting Nazis and degenerates on the internet everywhere. So a DeSantis staffer who was, you know, who's with the how do I pitch the story? A DeSantis staffer reposted this on the DeSantis Cams account, but then not only did we find out that they post this, but they also made it themselves. And it's a Zoomer based kind of 4chan edit to make DeSantis look cool because of like how hardcore right-wing he is. They show like, oh, he's cracking down on the immigrants and he's bringing education to the right and he's done with these gays. And he's like showing like Wojaks of like Florida National Guardsmen. But at the end, there's a very interesting symbol. So I'm just gonna play it. There's a chance that for YouTube, the music will have to be edited out. I'm sure that Danabo will add better music if that's the case. I'm sure he will. Positive. I have complete confidence in him that it'll be very appropriate and not silly. So he's dooming out because Trump likes the gays too much. He looks at America's problem. He's like, oh no, a Republican doesn't hate the gays to his core. He's no Mike Pence. And he's doomering out and he's crying at his computer. The Wojak is crying because Donald Trump held up a rainbow flag and then did nothing to advance LGBTQ plus issues for the entirety of his presidency, and chose somebody who at one point was in favor of conversion therapy and advocated for it on his website as his vice president. Okay, so they're murmuring about that because apparently having Mike Pence as your VP isn't enough. By the way, Donald Trump used to mock Mike Pence because of how homophobic he was. He would talk about how Mike Pence was scared of the gays. Why do like a lot of these even, I see like rocket launches and like someone running on a beach. I guess beach, Florida, that's the correlation, but a lot of these images don't even have anything to do with them. They're just like, kind of like, I don't know. Oh, isn't that aesthetically pleasing? Again, I've said this like multiple times on my channel, but for a lot of people, politics is just aesthetics. They're just aesthetics. That's the same reason why I get so many wearaboos. People are like, oh no, I don't like Nazi Germany. It's just, man, look at those uniforms. And hey, Hugo Boss uniforms. Hugo Boss, they know what they're doing about fashion. But for a lot of people, politics is just aesthetics. And you'll interact with them online all the time, where you'll like try to be making like a coherent like political point, and they'll just respond with like, I don't know, like hey, here's an unflattering picture of what your side looks like, a Wojak, or here's an unflattering screen cap of you and or somebody you agree with during a video at the worst possible angle to display how ugly you are. The politics is just aesthetics. You know, they're just running their politics off of vibes, and gay people don't vibe with them. It is this symbol, which was shown at the end of the Ron DeSantis edit, that caused all of the controversy. For those of you who do not know, that is the black sun, which was heavily used by Heinrich Himmler. It was actually, I believe, in his castle. Himmler Castle Black Sun. Wasn't it in his castle? In his little, like, weird... okay, yeah, it was right here. Here you go. Here is it in Himmler's castle, on the castle floor. Heavily used by white nationalists today. I see a lot of controversy because sometimes you'll see either a Russian soldier or Ukrainian soldier with maybe white nationalist leanings, or who are white nationalists, wearing them on their uniforms, and then you'll see it constantly shared online with either the Russians trying to be like, see, there's evidence that Ukraine is a Nazi state led by a Jew, but a Nazi state. And then you see Ukrainians do it the same way back to the Russians. But it's used by it was used by SS Heinrich Himmler. It's a Nazi symbol. It is used most heavily by Nazis. In fact, if you just look it up on Wikipedia, just so you guys know I'm not exaggerating, the black sun is a sun wheel symbol originating in Nazi Germany and later employed by neo-Nazis and other far-right individual and groups. So for a lot of these symbols that I see on a lot of uniforms, it's hit or miss, like their politics, because, you know, in the United States, when you see some of these Slavic symbols, you're like, that's weird, because you're not, you know, you're in the United States. You're not even from these countries in question where these symbols are being used. And, you know, they are used heavily by white nationalist groups. But in Ukraine, you know, it's a, you know, Slavic country. A lot of them are going to use Slavic runes, right? So sometimes it's hit or miss. But this symbol in particular, right? It's not a member of like the runic alphabet of the local. No, this was originated with the Nazis. It originated with the Nazis. This symbol in particular. Now, as people are pointing out right now, there are other symbols like this, and it's even in like the third paragraph here, that are like in other cultures and stuff like that. But let's be for real, right? This is this symbol. Look at this. Oh, wrong. That's just a thing of Ron DeSantis. Then you look back at the thing we were just looking at. That is the same exact symbol. And he's doing it as soldiers are like marching in the background, very nationalistic, very, you know, militarized. This was being used in that concept, in that way, the same way the Nazis used it. That is how it's being used. That's what it is. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but there's no benefit of the doubt to being used here. They were using a white nationalist symbol. This DeSantis staffer was using a white nationalist symbol, along with all the other far-right things that Ron DeSantis believes, that they were aligning like article headlines like, oh, look, he's cracking down on the gays and all this. He was using it to promote Ron DeSantis. And DeSantis's camp has reacted to this with actually some level of political acumen. Unlike how I think Trump would have reacted, they actually fired him. They actually fired him. And this is the thing. And I saw Michael Weiss said this on Twitter. He saw it on Twitter. New Lines, he's from New Lines Report, Yahoo News. He said the difference between this and Trump that makes DeSantis more dangerous is because he's smarter. He knows how to, when he's put his foot in his mouth, how to remove it. Trump's solution is always to shove the foot deeper and hope that he can just power through it. That's not how Ron DeSantis is necessarily going to approach all of these situations. And this is just one example of it. The U.S. presidential campaign of Ron DeSantis has fired an aide who shared an online clip featuring a symbol that was adopted by the Nazis. Nate Hochman, a speechwriter, posted the 68-second video from a pro-DeSantis account on social media over the weekend before quickly deleting it. The clip shows Mr. DeSantis superimposed on a Sunrad or sun reel. The U.S. media report said Mr. Hochman, 25, created the video. The BBC has contacted him for comment. It comes as the Florida governor's 2024 campaign shoved more than a third of staff from its payroll on Tuesday. Damn! Damn, I just heard from DeSantis a few weeks ago how they're doing record-breaking fundraising numbers, and they're already shelving all their staff. Ooh, I guess those numbers are not staying steady, huh? But we have heard reports, a lot of wealthy benefactors pulling support for DeSantis as his poll numbers continue to drop. Can we look at the RCP Republican primary average right now? Check it out. Ba-da-bop. Yeah, no, it's every day. It only, from the last time we checked it was at 20, and then the last time we checked it, it's already dropped another 2 points. And DeSantis and Trump has gone back up again. Yeah, no, he's in rough water. Actually, I think he might be at his lowest point for the entirety of the campaign since he's announced. He's at his lowest point right now. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, actually, if he's at 18, he's in his lowest point since June of last year. Jesus Christ. Anyway, where were we? Nate Hodgman is no longer with the campaign, the official told BBC's U.S. partner CBS News, and we will not be commenting on him further. The video was posted on Saturday. Okay, so they're kicking him out, cutting anchor, and they're just going out as far as possible, as fast as possible, hoping like nobody pays too much attention. We will not be commenting on him further. The video was posted on Saturday by an anonymously run account followed by several DeSantis staffers on X, formerly known as Twitter. Oh, God, I can't believe we're going to have to refer to it as X. Oh, I hate it. I'm only going to call it Twitter. I'm never going to call it X. The clip ends with the seal of Florida turning into a spinning sun and rad, superimposed with Mr. DeSantis' face with a rifle-bearing soldiers marching on either side. According to the Anti-Defamation League and Anti-Hate Monitor, the sun and rad is an ancient European symbol that was appropriated by the Nazis in their attempt to invade an idealized Aryan Norse heritage. Modern-day white supremacists have adopted versions of the sun and rad. Other variations include the swastika. The now deleted video is the second online clip to spark criticism of Mr. DeSantis. Last month, another since deleted production promoted by the campaign marked the end of Pride Month by accusing Donald J. Trump, the frontrunner for the 2024 Republican nomination, of being too friendly with the LGBT. Man, I hope they keep releasing Zoomer edits. I think with each Zoomer edit, we're gonna see a 1-point deduction of the campaign. I hope they keep up with the Zoomer edits. I hope they get DeSantis directly involved in editing the Zoomer edits. Start making him wear sunglasses, dressing like it's the 80s, fucking with booger sugar. Let's get it. Let's watch it. It's gonna be fun to watch him sink. But man, this campaign is sinking quicker than Jeb. Man, it's sinking quicker than Jeb.